Rewst Flow 2025, Rewst's second event here in Tampa, Florida. A great event, all about the community. It's a nonprofit event. They don't make any money. They put it all back in, and it was well attended. It's all about automation, using the Rewst platform to help MSPs, help small to medium-sized businesses. I was able to have 11 great conversations. My first time at this event. I've been told I'm going to be invited to all the rest of them. I'm looking forward to it. It's a great community, great group of vendors, great leadership there at Rewst, and the vendors were terrific as well. I started the whole, all of my conversations with the CEO, with Aaron Chernin, and I've had the pleasure of talking to Aaron in the past, and a great leader. From Ducati rides to MSP revolution is the title of this discussion. He loves motorcycles. Why? Why would you think he loves them, by the way? I wonder if you'll be shocked by his answer. But Aaron is all for the community, all for this platform. Really great conversation. John Snyder, an MSP, a great light. John came up to me full of energy. Can we talk? It was a great conversation. From potter to partner. Told me he was a potter. Didn't know what that meant. Mendy Green, MSP geek. Known MSP geek for a while. I didn't know Mendy before this. Certainly seen him around. Very interesting. The kind of engineer that would take things apart just to understand them. And my goodness, he loves to work. But great conversation with Mendy and how he's dedicated to the community, to the MSP community. Frank Marino, from rugby fields to fire pits, well-rounded individual, another gentleman who came up to me, another MSP, has an interesting backstory, great conversation with Frank. I hope to work more with him. It's just a great smile and great presence and a lot of knowledge there. Vera Tucci, an Italian. Her and her husband have a great MSP there in northern Italy near Bologna. Tea consulting. Of course, my father's from southern Italy, but culture, communication, and cyber. We just talk about how MSPs work there in Italy and southern Europe, how it's different here. It's not really that different. But Vera gave a great presentation there at Rewst, and it was really, really well accepted. Carl Bickmore. I've known Carl for 20 years. Him and his partner, Sean Brown at SnapTech, a great MSP. They're a platform. They're bringing more MSPs on, but they branched off and made an automation company that focuses that their platform is Rewst, called Raven. Carl loves guitars and singing and a musician. And we talk about the difference between art and science with Carl. Adam Myers, fascinating discussion with Adam. He's an MSP there in New York. Tech tickets and tile games. Very interesting, his perspective on how to solve problems and what he does there in that MSP in New York. Becky Teal, known Becky for 12 years when she was at the peer group HTG. She heads up community now at Huntress. A hobby hopper, from hobby hopper to community builder. Really enjoyed talking to Becky. I always do. Hyla Strauss-Stanton from Acronis. First time meeting Hyla, very interesting woman, interesting past, moved all through the country from Miami to Phoenix, gone from the hot wet to the hot dry, but how she looks at community, how she helps MSPs, great conversation. Mark McDowell, great conversation. I got to know Mark at one of the get-togethers. We were talking for a while, begged him to come on to the podcast, and he did. Leading with facts, living with purpose. He's at an MSP outside of Orlando. He is now. Great conversation with Mark. And the last conversation with Joe Panettiere, MSP legend, the other Joe P. There's been many times where people would confuse us, same initials, same first name, same, from the Northeast, Italian. I remember one party, 10 years ago, we went where we actually swapped badges just to fool people. But great conversation with Joe Panettiere, our 700th episode. Joysticks, journalism, and the joy of truth. Love being at Rewst, Flow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hi, I'm Joey Pinz, and here's my 45-second introduction. After starting my business in the 90s, I started developing poor habits of eating in my diet because I was working way too much. Before you know it, I found myself 340 pounds. The doctor told me if I don't lose the weight, I'm not going to see my daughter graduate. Took the next 7 months, lost 130 pounds. People think there's some secret. Ask me, how'd you lose that weight? Like there's some secret. There is no secret. How'd I lose the weight? Just one word, discipline. I've had other successes in life, and I attribute them all to discipline. Now, I'm not the king of discipline, but I believe that it can help all of us. Friends, colleagues convinced me to start a podcast. The podcast mission: how do we better ourselves and society? I talk to interesting people in health, fitness, sport, wellness, business, technology, science, art, and culture. And I eventually ask them how discipline plays a role in their life. Podcast vision: growth through learning from others.
So tell me, what chords did you learn on the guitar?
You know what? The major challenge is that I'm learning chords on English tutorial, but the chords in Italian are called in a different way.
In this fast-paced MSP landscape, how do you stay ahead? Introducing MSPinfluencer.com, your ultimate hub for MSP news, insights, and community connection, powered by Forza-Dash. More than 75,000 MSPs subscribe to our MSP Influencer Pulse weekly newsletter, staying informed and ahead of industry trends. Tune in to emerging podcasts from Joey Pinz and leading MSP voices, offering essential tips, powerful insights, and success stories. Explore our multi-authored blogs, crafted specifically for MSP leaders, delivering fresh perspectives and actionable strategies. Celebrate excellence with the industry-leading Forza-Dash MSP Influencer Awards, recognizing innovation, leadership, and impact in the MSP community. Join thousands of MSP professionals who trust MSPinfluencer.com to grow their business and expand their networks. MSPinfluencer.com, where today's MSP leaders connect, collaborate, and conquer, all powered by the Forza-Dash platform, helping MSP vendors work effectively with MSPs and helping MSPs grow.
G is not a G?
No, G is not a G. The
D
A is not an A.
I didn't know that.
Right? That's the point. We have the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si.
Yeah.
And then you have the A, the
Yes,
B,
yes,
the C, etc.,
yeah.
etc. So I learn tutorials in English, but then I have to remember them in Italian because that's the language that my brain works on a daily basis.
Whoa.
I'm going to blame it on the translation for my lack of progression.
I say. Now, you're the Chief Operating Officer of a managed service provider,
Yes.
an MSP there near Bologna.
Yes, Forlì,
Forlì.
small town.
And what are the challenges of MSPs in northern Italy?
I think there are the challenges of MSPs across the globe, actually. Finding the right people to work with, the right people to hire, creating a long-term relationship with your clients, creating a client base that is based on trust and the recognition of each other's value and not just the mere exchange of a product and money or a service and money. So I think this is those are the main challenges. We want to grow with our company based on the value that we can provide our clients for their growth. So we need to find clients that want to listen to this kind of approach and want to jump on board with this kind of approach instead of just looking for the cheaper provider or the one can add more items into the offer for a smaller price. So those are the major challenges right now. And the people that you want to work with, hire the right people, retain the right people, make sure that your culture reflects on everything that you do and that people are excited to work with you.
When I talk to MSPs, now I started my MSP in 1993, I sold in 2019, I still work with a lot of MSPs. The three things that keep them up at night: one, cyber security. If their clients get attacked, they have to allocate resources and Very tough situation. They may end up getting fired. Very stressful too, is what you just said, human capital. They're worried about getting new technicians. If some leave, how are they going to replace? How are they going to get new? And third, what you just said is growth.
Yeah.
MSPs, the private equity is buying all these MSPs. They want to make it more valuable. Sounds like the same thing there.
Absolutely, yes. Cyber is a major concern, especially if you don't prepare for it. If you're waiting for your clients to be attacked, because as we like to say, not that we like, but as we used to say, it's not an if, it's a when you're going to be attacked. If you don't prepare your MSP for that event, and if you don't provide your clients for the right solutions and services to avoid that, and you don't create the right processes inside to react and respond and protect the client the right way, you're going to be wiped out by a ransomware, by a data breach, whatever it is, and you're going to be accountable for a lot of things. So you must prepare for it as much as you're telling your client that they need to be prepared for it. People, the human capital, it's a key point.
Yeah.
Because the technology is available to every one of us, and the clients know that. So what we can really leverage is the level and the quality of service that we're providing. And the quality of service is directly related and linked with the people that are using the technology. So the technician behind the computer is the main value. So if you surround yourself with good technician, first level, second level, third level, whatever it is, you can actually provide a better service for a client and stand out compared to the other competitors out there. But yeah, I think that these are the two major things right now. And the third one that you mentioned was the growth. The major companies are out there trying to merger with everything inside.
Yeah.
Like they want to just they want to create conglomerates of MSPs, right? So I think that the point is, what is your end game? What is that you want to achieve? What is that you want to create? And what is that works for you? If you're tired, if you think that you're done, if you think that you did everything that you could, and now it's time for you to become a manager instead of a business owner, an entrepreneur, I think that's your road to take, so that you can be part of a bigger conglomerate and work as a manager for a business unit in the MSP department. But if you think that you're not there yet, and if you think that being part of such a huge conglomerate is not the right solution for you, just stick with your vision and just stick with it and be patient. Simon Sinek says that the main goal is, the end game is to survive your competitors.
Yes.
Just be patient and stick to the plan and stick to the vision and be prepared to make sacrifices. And maybe you will outlive the conglomerates that have no souls behind it. You have the soul, they don't. So maybe you're going to find the clients that value the soul, and they're going to choose you instead of the bigger names. You never know.
What do you like most about working at the MSP and working with MSPs? What attracts you?
The community.
Yeah.
The sense of camaraderie that you have with other MSPs, the peers interactions, the desire to share experiences. The first time that I was at a business conference for the MSP world, I was in the US, early days of my business. I was in Vegas. It was a Kaseya convention. Very early days, 2008. 100 and a little more people, one room, that's it. No breakout sessions.
Yes.
Nothing outside of technology, no marketing, no business, no leadership, just technology. And the thing that I noticed the most is that the other MSPs were just turning around and asking each other questions.
Wow.
About the service packages, the bundles, the price point. And I looked at my business partner and said, what are they sharing the secrets and the secret sauce of their company? And they were just open with that. And in the next few years, a new community emerged in Italy, and we created this group of people that now we can call friends.
Wow.
They're not competitors. We help each other.
Wow.
When we need it. A few years ago, our region went through a flood. It was a huge environmental crisis. So we had technicians stuck in their home with the water coming up and no phones, no internet. I had MSP friends call me from other regions, say, what do you need?
Wow.
What should I do for you?
Wow.
Pass me your client. I'm going to manage your clients for you.
Wow.
That's the essence of the MSP community, and I think there's no other industry like that out there. And I really love it, and I enjoy being in the community so much. And I think that's the thing that fuels you.
Yeah.
Because this can either be a job or it could be a passion and a mission. But the people in the community makes it a passion and a mission.
It sure does.
Hey, Joey Pinz here. Want to take your podcast experience to the next level? I'm excited to invite you to become a YouTube member. It's the absolute best way to support the channel and enhance your connection. Join our amazing community and unlock the incredible perks, custom loyalty badges, exclusive emojis, and priority comment replies. Your voice will always stand out. Be the first to watch new videos with early access, receive special membership shoutouts, and get exclusive behind-the-scenes photos and updates. Dive into content available only to our members, special videos, deep dives, and insider perspectives. Engage directly with me. Suggest podcast topics you want to hear, and even get personalized video shoutouts. Hit the join button right now and become part of something special. Let's build this amazing community together. I can't wait to welcome you as a new member. Join the Joey Pinz family today.
So Vera, we're here at Rewst Flow, big event here in Tampa. What are some of your goals this week?
To learn as much as I can about process automation, because as I said in my session, one of the things that I think about the most is how can I make my company better? How can I improve what I'm doing? How can I make the life of the people that work with me better, lighter, less stressful? So being here, for me, it's all about learning and sharing and talking to people. I talked with a few MSPs from, Texas and New York and Connecticut, and I've learned so much about their market and their strategy. So I want to go back home with a wider perspective on how can we be better at our job. That's my major goal. And of course, sharing my insights, being on stage. That was a huge bucket list dream of mine. So I did that. I accomplished that, and I'm very grateful.
I'm sorry I missed it. I was out here talking. It went well, though. Everybody I talked to said you did great.
Oh, well, thank you. Appreciate the feedback.
And your theme in your session was?
It was about the change that a lot of MSP should go through. Going from being a lifestyle business to being a mature business. So a lifestyle business, and in the MSP world, is a business where everything depends on the owner, the founder. You are what is called an operational owner. So everything at the end of the day is on your shoulders, on your desk, and you have to you have the answers to a lot of things, and your team is kind of independent, but they're not accountable or responsible. So you created a good situation that doesn't free you. It doesn't push you outside, but it keeps you in and it keeps you involved, and you are still a key point of your organization. A mature MSP is an MSP where the owner is not it doesn't make a difference. The presence or the absence of the owner, it's not felt by the rest of the team.
Wow.
It's not felt by the client. You can come here for 3 days and nobody's gonna miss you. And as much as we're sad about that, that's the goal,
right.
That nobody's gonna miss us. That means that we're free. That means that we've done our job and we have an independent company that runs successfully without us being present.
Wow. So I started my MSP in 93. I sold in 2019. The three biggest things that I did change my company, one was joining a peer group, joining a community of peers, working with them. Two was adopting an entrepreneurial operating system. There's many of them. And third was hiring a coach. What do you think about those 3 points?
I did all of three. So I completely agree with that. I didn't join a formal peer group because we don't have those in our community in Italy. I try to attend as many international conferences and talking to international MSPs as much as I can. The peer interaction is more informal rather than structured in Italy, but it's extremely valuable. The coaching part, I'm a true believer in hiring a coach that can support you in different stages of your company, because those are the people that can help you look above what you can see. They can help you look at a further horizon so that you can make sure that you get there and you push the finish line a little bit further. If you rely only on your vision and your experience, you're just going to see what's in front of you, and a coach can really make a difference. I told that in my presentation when we started 2008. It was the worst of times.
Wow.
It was, you remember how it was, and we were in survival mode. So I hired a financial coach, and I told him, what should I do? How can I manage finances in this economy? And he said, you need to start behaving like a big corporation. It might feel too much, it might feel too structured, but if you don't behave like a big company, you're never gonna get bigger.
Wow.
You're gonna stick to your your size and your market. So those are the things that I think we all go through at some point if we get out of the office. If we stop working 12, 13 hours a day on the things that happen within our companies, and we get out and we talk to others and we interact. I think that these three things that you mentioned are the necessary steps for the evolution.
Yeah, they certainly are. So I started my business in the 90s, and I was working way too hard and not paying attention to my personal health. And next thing I know, I'm at 340 pounds. So I gained a lot of weight.
Wow.
Doctor says to me, if you don't lose this weight, you're not going to see your daughter graduate. She knew how to, get to me.
Yeah.
So I spent the next 6-7 months, lost about 120 pounds and kept it off. When I tell people this, they always say, what's your secret, what you do? And there's no secret. Discipline.
Yes.
Right? That's how focus, motivation, routine. How does discipline play a role in your life, Vera Tucci?
Discipline, it's vital because it keeps you grounded and it keeps you focused. I am lucky and privileged that way because I share my business with my husband. And this is something that a lot of people think...
This could be good or bad.
Yes, it could be either good or bad.
Yes.
I'm lucky because for me it's good.
Good.
And I can tell it because my husband is not here right now. But I'm sure that it's good for him as well.
Yes.
That's what he says.
Yes, you better.
Because we understand each other and we understand the kind of work day that we had. So when we come back home, we don't need to explain ourselves with the other person, and I think that this is what a lot of relationship, struggle with, is trying to explain to another person that is not in your industry what happened in your workday. It's like being a surgeon and talking to your partner that is an accountant of your stressful day in the operation room.
Right.
They're not gonna get it as much as you're not gonna get how stressful it is tax season, right? So we share the knowledge, we share the awareness, so we don't have to explain that to each other, and we can actually support each other. So that's a huge part of the well-being, the mental health, and the serenity that comes with our way of doing things. But at the same time, you need to have somebody that keeps you accountable for it. Finding a personal trainer at the gym that is going to wait for you on that day, at that hour, stick to, a diet. We're in Italy, we're lucky because we have good food, healthy food.
Yes.
But it's also pretty easy to indulge and a glass of wine at the end of the
Sure
day.
is.
So you need to be focused on what matters for you the most in the long run, and have that vision, have that plan for yourself as much as you have that for your company. So surround yourself with the people that can keep you accountable. I think that's at least that's what I'm trying to do.
Yes.
I don't know if that's the secret. I don't want to say that I
But that's
have
your goal.
all the answers,
Yeah.
but that's what I found it useful.
Has there been anything in the last month or so that you changed your mind on?
Yes. I went through a company-wide training with a communication expert, a coach, and I was convinced that the rest of the team, especially the tech team, was dealing with communication in a certain way because of specific reasons. And then we went through this training, and we talked to each other, and we explained each other, and they told to the entire company what they think, what their misconception is, what their experience was. So now I can say that I understand them better. I don't get as aggravated as I used to get with their reply, their way of dealing with things. I think that I get them a little bit more, and that taught me that we're never done learning, and we should never assume that we understand the other person unless the other person tells us, okay, this is the way that I'm feeling. We shouldn't assume that, especially in a job where professionals, they speak their own language, they have their own vocabulary, and they're dealing with different things. They're dealing with the clients. They're on the front line.
Right,
I'm not.
Right.
So when they say something, my main job is listening to them and ask them how much they want me to interfere with that situation and how much they need my help, instead of just jumping in and assume that I'm needed, right?
Yeah, once you understand people, it's interesting. So you hire a communication professional to kind of, wow, that's really...
So we went through the basics of communication, the roles of the person that is talking and the person that is listening, the body language and the micro expression and all the things that are related to the way that we talk to each other. If you're talking to a client and you're slouching on your chair, the client is going to feel that.
Right.
If you are mad and you're trying to hold that in, the client is going to feel that in your voice. And my main goal was to present the entire company with the idea that I want to create a business where communication is the main pillar. We must feel capable of expressing ourselves without the fear of repercussion. I want to create an environment where everyone can express their opinion and they can present a solution, or they can suggest an improvement with open mind from my side, from the management and the ownership side. And I realized that that's not that easy. I can say that as much as I want, and I can push this message as much as I want, but if the people that I work with come from a personal experience of fearing the authority, quote unquote authority, they're not going to feel as free as I want them to feel, no matter what I do. So my responsibility is to keep repeating the message and be coherent with that, and creating the space and make them feel safe. Eventually, this is going to happen. Eventually, this is the environment that we're going to have, but it's not up to me to change their previous misconception about authority and freedom of expression in the workplace.
Valuable lesson to learn.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Very challenging for me.
What motivates you?
The idea of making someone's life better. I think that's the main thing. It goes with, working for my clients, delivering a service that can help them work better and achieve more and grow. We work only with companies that have internal IT departments in a co-managed approach.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Interesting.
it's very rewarding. It's exciting because we interact with a kind of peer, a person that shares our language, our knowledge, a tech person. So that's great. It's easier to interact with that kind of professional. And for me, the idea that what we do can help them work better, feel better, be better. We just launched this ebook for the summer, the IT Manager Survival Guide Summer Edition.
Nice.
Because a lot of IT managers, they don't go on vacation without their laptop.
Right.
Because they're required to answer the company even when they're on vacation. And I know for sure that this is not just an Italian thing, because I talked to somebody that told me this is happened.
Yes.
It's happening in the US as well. So we want them to know that if we work together, you will be able to go on vacation and turn off your phone and go on a cruise somewhere in the North Pole without anyone needing you, because we're going to be there for you.
Nice.
So being able to provide that kind of services for them, it's what drives me. And at the same time, creating a business where the well-being of my team is front and central. I want them to feel safe. I want them to know that no matter what happens outside, work is a safe place.
Wow.
We shouldn't add stress and uncertainty to lives that are already globally uncertain. I always tell them, no matter what we do, I don't want you. The last thing that I want is for you to wake up in the morning and have a stomachache at the idea of coming to work. If that happens, please come and talk to me. We'll find a way. We'll see it through. But the point is, I don't want to create that kind of environment, because when you feel bad at work and you're stressed and you are overwhelmed by it, you go back home and you share your negativity with the rest of your family.
Right.
Your spouse, your kids, if you have them. I don't want that for the people that I work with. I want them to feel that the world can be crazy outside, but at least when I come to work, I'm okay.
No.
I'm seen. I'm respected. I'm valued.
So, given that motivation, Vera, of impact and being, positive influence on people's life, how do you measure success?
With internal metrics, as I said in my session, EBITDA is a very cool metric to measure, right?
Sure.
We all know that, and that's the universal measurement stick that we all have. But at the same time, there are a lot of internal metrics that we need to understand and we need to create for ourselves. So for me is how much the people that I work with, how much time do they have for training? How much are they relying on second level support when it comes to their tasks? Why are they relying on second level support? Do they need more training? Or is it something that is out of our knowledge, spectrum? For me, success is how many clients are we losing every year? And for me, a decent parameter is less than one.
Wow.
I don't want to lose my clients.
I
don't want to lose my people. I don't want to lose my client. It's not just about the customer satisfaction parameter. It's more about how are we valued on the daily interactions? Are we able to fix things permanently for our customers? Of course, there's a financial aspect of everything, but that's just the ground layer. Without a healthy finances, a business doesn't exist for long, right? So let's assume that we have a healthy finance layer in place. How are we doing our job every single day? Are we running around? Do we have the right documentation? Do we have the right processes? Do we have our procedures? Do we have the tools? How much time are we investing in the tasks, and how much time are we investing in the knowledge and in the training? How many new ideas are coming up? How many new innovation and new how many things are we implementing every month. Those are the kind of things that make me feel successful. And also, the marketing things. We have this event that we organize every year for our customers. We bring IT managers in for an entire day. I mean, it's a convention like this one, but just for IT managers and CISO, which is something that is not that common in our region or in Italy, for that matter. This year, my team surprised me the day before the event with a song that they created with AI about the event and about, the little inside jokes about the event. I know that it sounds cheesy, but for me, that was a measurement of success of the culture that we created, where people would actually feel okay spending some time creating a song and having us listening to it, and we play the song at the event, and we use it for some marketing posts and videos. That is also a measurement for success, because for me, that vibe is successful.
Wow.
Want to show your love for discipline, inspiration, and the Joey Pinz podcast? Now's your chance. Introducing the brand new Joey Pinz merch store, where style meets discipline. Choose from premium apparel, cozy hoodies, stylish hats, durable bags, and your new favorite coffee mug, all featuring the iconic Joey Pinz logo. Perfect for podcast fans, discipline enthusiasts, or as unique gifts for friends and family. Every purchase supports the Joey Pinz Discipline Conversations podcast, helping us continue to inspire greatness and promote positive change. Visit joeypinz.com/store today and wear your discipline proudly. Joey Pinz merch. Wear it, share it, and live it.
Vera, I'm so glad we talked today. Anybody watching or listening, they want to get in touch with you, how can they do so?
LinkedIn is the best space. I'm there. Reach out, send me, a message, and I'm more than happy to talk to anyone about, all the things MSP and how can we make things better for our companies.
Vera, Vera Tucci, Tucci.
Exactly.
On LinkedIn. I thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening and or viewing Joey Pinz Discipline Conversations. Please share this episode with one or two of your friends who you think may benefit from the episode. Our website, www.joeypinz.com. There you'll find lots of resources and you could join our mailing list. Please follow us on all our social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Podcast information, the video version of our podcast is on YouTube. Please subscribe. Audio is on all major podcasting platforms. Please follow them. And if you like it, please consider giving 5-star rating. Would really appreciate that. Thank you again for listening or watching Joey Pinz Discipline Conversations.